What is up, Nerf Nation? I'm Naptown Nerf, and this is Naptown Nerf Thrifting, episode 10. Welcome. Have a huge haul from this month. Lots of stuff to get through, and I'm apologizing for it being a little late uploading. I've had a cold the last few days and just have been miserable, and you guys wouldn't have enjoyed me going through these blasters with a sniffle and all that stuff and looking all tired and exhausted and whatnot. So waited a few days to do this video, but I'm excited to get to all the stuff, and let's just jump into it right now. Let's jump right off the top. Got a Nerf Mega Magnus. It was $2. I think it works. Throw a dart in real quick, but it seems to work. I'm not going to be able to shoot everything because it would take forever. Works just fine. Pretty sweet. Found a crappy Panther. This is the Air Max 1 Extreme. It's based off the Panther, just has a lot smaller tank, unfortunately. But it was, I guess this was $2, so I picked one up. It seems to work just fine. The tanks are still usable, but just not nearly as good as a Panther. Hopefully one day I'll find a Panther, though. That'd be sweet. I've not found one of those, and those things are awesome. 2 tech targets. These are the ones, the newer version that shoots the micro darts instead of the old school megas, and they're still pretty sweet. I love the way they look. Both seem to work just fine, and I paid $1 for each one of these. Vulcan tripod. It says $2 on it. I either paid $2 or $1 for it. I'm not real sure, but found a retaliator with a barrel, not the stock, and not the foregrip, and not the magazine. It was $2, but the best parts are there, which is the barrel attachment and the blaster. The other parts I don't usually use anyways. You know, I mean, it would have been cool to find the magazine, but I have a ton of magazines, so no big deal. Found a pretty sweet Super Soaker. This is $3. It's a CPS 1000. Seems to work. So it has some air in it. Probably takes tons of pumps to get it up to full power, but yeah, that's pretty neat. Tech 6 spring donor. I probably paid $1 for it. I wouldn't have paid more than that for it, so I'm sure that's what I paid. And then this, found another Apollo. First red one I think I found. And it came with the magazine and everything, so that's pretty sweet. I don't have a rival ball with me, but it seems to work. So, yeah, sweet. And it looks brand new, too. It's like got barely a scratch on it. So, pretty sweet. Found this long shot. It was actually painted. I don't find too many painted things, and this one was actually done reasonably well. I mean, it's definitely not great, but it did look like they've most likely taken it apart to do the paint job. They did go a little heavy with the paint. They sprayed it on a little hard, and the masking job was definitely not the best. But just interesting to find a blaster that's painted reasonably well, and things still seem to move like this, and it hasn't really rubbed off the paint. So, well, I take that back. They might not have opened this up, because this one has, you can still see the old blue with the new blue there. So, I don't know if they took it apart or not, but, you know, could have been a worse paint job, but definitely nothing amazing. But long shot, pretty cool. I think I paid $4 for it, so paid with the magazine. Recon, 99 cents with front barrel attachment. I think it works sort of. Oh my gosh, maybe it doesn't work real well. Oh, it has a streamline in there. Had a bit of a jam, and streamlines are terrible. So let's just see here. Probably just throw those straight in the garbage, but yeah, pretty terrible performance. I mean, they're not great blasters, obviously. I just basically pick it up for the grip, possibly for an integration, and then definitely the barrel. That's probably the main reason why I picked it up, because 99 cents it came with a barrel. And those barrels are sweet. Next, found a Thunder Blast. This was $3. Seems to work. I don't have a demolisher missile right here, but I'm sure it works just fine. $3 for Thunder Blast, not too bad a deal, I don't think. Maybe I'll use that for an integration down the road. I think that's the second one I found. So found a Nitron with I didn't even put this on here. I'm being completely honest. Usually I'll throw something goofy like this on top that doesn't make any sense, but this was already on there, and it came with 2 magazines, which is pretty sweet. And I guess I paid $5 for this, which is a little bit high, but these things are pretty awesome. I really need to get around to modding one someday, but discs are kind of expensive and hard to come by, so that's probably the reason why I haven't. And it's really only a usable blaster indoors, or maybe for like HVZ, close quarters, because the discs float too much and you get too long a range and they don't work that well. And Rival's just better than this at this point. So, and you can find the ammo cheaper with Rival now too. So I don't know. Maybe that'll happen. Maybe it won't. Now this I was really excited for. This is a vintage Wildfire. This is the predecessor to the Rapid Fire 20. This is part of the Airjet Power line. It came out, I think, in '99 or something like that, if I remember correctly. And it's in really good condition. I'm going to load this up, and I'll probably cut to when it's loaded, but I'm going to load it up and show you how it works, because it's actually in really good shape. It's only missing the strap. There was a strap here that's missing, but it wasn't all that great to begin with. So we'll see how well this works. All right, just load it up there, and let's pump her up and see what happens. There's an indicator over here that tells you when it's full, and then that's pretty sweet. Very loud though. I think I blew out my eardrum. Whew. Okay, moving on. I found a Vortex drum, which was 99 cents. This came with the Pyragon, I believe. And I did not find the Pyragon, but I did find the magazine, which is awesome. Actually, I was gifted a Pyragon for the club by a friend of mine, so that's pretty cool. And I found a drum for it. So, but this could be used for any sort of Vortex blaster, which is pretty sweet, because these drums are hard to find, because they only sold them with the blasters. I do believe they never sold them separately. So, pretty cool. All right, moving right along. Found a pretty sweet Supermax 1500. These things are pretty awesome when modded. They shot, I think these were meant to shoot this is the Laramie dart. I don't have any Laramie darts. This was only 69 cents too. Wow, that was a really good deal. But seems to work, and then you just have to manually rotate through. But yeah, pretty cool. These things are awesome, and this one looks like it's in pretty good shape, so good find there. Love finding the vintage stuff. It's like probably my favorite thing to find is vintage stuff. Vintage, and then like brand new like Strifes or Rapid Strikes or Ravens and things like that. Still haven't found an elite Raven yet. I did find a Stinger a long time ago. That was really sweet. But yeah, moving on. Long shot front gun. I think I probably paid $1 for this. It says $2, but my guess is it was half price. I think the blacks were half price at the beginning of the month. So cool. Another vintage blaster. The Nerf Aerostorm. This was $3 or $1.50. I really cannot remember by this time what I paid for it in terms of if it was half price or not, but that's kind of irrelevant. It's a pretty good deal either way. And these things are pretty sweet. They have a lot of spring power and a lot of force. I am gonna mod one of these really soon and make it shoot micro darts and really hard. So pretty easy to do from my understanding. So awesome. Moving right along, we have one Raider with a stock missing the magwell, which is really funny. You get the stock, you don't get the magwell. But, you know, and this is broken. I actually found another one. This is right here. Ooh. Same deal. Stock, no magwell, and I don't know if it's messed up because of the magwell. It could have some sort of lock that it doesn't allow it to prime because the magwell's not attached, which is possible. But I think I got these. They were probably $3 each, I think, because I got them at the same time. So yeah, they're $2.99 each. So good for parts and stuff, and those stocks are pretty awesome. So can't really pass those up. I'm already running out of room. There's so much stuff, guys. This is not Nerf, but I found a a Spy Gear watch. I just thought it was neat, and I think it was pretty cheap. I don't remember what it was. I think it was, it says $1.99, so I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, Gen 1 Night Finder. Always cool. I always like the blue and orange Gen 1 Night Finder. Those are pretty neat. And I don't know if they're more powerful. I think they're the same internally as all Night Finders, but yeah, just kind of fun. It doesn't have a tack rail on it. Before these are pre-in-strike, so neat. Oh, Gen 1 Tech Target, if I'm not mistaken. It's got the old school Nerf logo on there. So these did shoot the old school Megas, and I don't know if I have one of those nearby. I don't think I do, so. But nevertheless, these things are awesome when modded to shoot micro darts. They paid $1 for it, and they're just sweet looking blasters, so yeah. Oh. Strong arm, 99 cents. Pretty cool. Okay, found a Ultratech Wizard. This thing is wet. It must have had a super soaker in there leaking, which is great, but it was 99 cents, and it's soaked. Alright. Demolisher. Missing. These things are always missing the battery door, which is hilarious to me. Never have the stock on them, but that's okay. I don't really care about that. The blaster's here. I'm sure it works fine. I wouldn't know, though, until I put some batteries in it. I guess it was $3, so pretty cool. Oh, found another Nitron. Pretty awesome. It came with, actually, the Firefly Tech magazine there. It was $3. And, yeah, I don't know if it works or not, but pretty cool. Vulcan chain. I probably paid $1 for that, so I pick it up because it's $1 and they're kind of hard to find. So I have a Vulcan project I started a long time ago and haven't finished. Maybe one day I'll get to that. I don't really have any idea if I ever will or not. But and the awesome far shot that probably spring isn't so awesome anymore because it is still primed, and evidently I forgot to deprime it when I picked it up, or I probably didn't have a dart, and it's still primed right now. So that's probably been primed for who knows how long. Let's go ahead. I have a Boomco dart here and deprime that thing and see how terrible it is. Let me do one more because I'm just curious how bad it is. It seems to still have a little bit of spring power, but hopefully that spring is usable. That's really the reason why I picked these up, but I'm sure it's not as good as it was when it was not primed. If it wouldn't have been primed for, you know, who knows how long. So, but 99 cents for a far shot, you know, not too bad. Found a Super Soaker Shot Blast with the stock, which is awesome. I don't really pick these up for the Super Soakers that much. I mean, I think you can mod these, but to shoot darts or whatever, and they're decent Super Soakers, but you know, nothing spectacular. But these stocks are sweet. I paid $3 for it. So, and then definitely, probably the best find. Boom, Hydro Cannon. These things are absolute beasts when modded to shoot darts. You can do tons of things with them. They are so powerful. They're not even allowed at NIC level wars, which is pretty crazy. At least most of them, as far as I know. Probably kind of depends on how you mod it, but yeah, they're pretty sweet. I don't know if it has. I mean, it does work, and it still has some water in it. That's why I just shot it into my tub. But it seems to work okay. I'm sure it has to be pumped a zillion more times than that. But yeah, pretty cool find, I think. So I think that's it for this month. I actually have already found quite a few cool things for next month. So definitely click that bell and subscribe to the channel if you want to see that video. That should be out, you know, usually around the beginning of every month I put out my thrifting video. So, but definitely go ahead and subscribe. And as always, guys, peace.